Okay guys, going to do a comparadun here today. This is a March Brown one. Okay, it's a good fly for the spring on the rivers. Usually you get a March Brown hatch, or you'll get a false March Brown or the big Brook duns. So we'll cover all these patterns. So the hook is a full and mill 50-50 barbless, size 12. Thread, I'm just going to use some gel spun. This is nano silk 12O. So attach your thread, take it down the body to about halfway, and then come back up halfway. And that's where you're going to put your wing in. Now, the hair I'm using here is off a row, and you can see it's nice and straight. Okay, you get actual packs of comparadun hair. Probably for Niche do it. Where else have I seen it? From Hairline, etc. Right, but this is a nice bit of row that I've picked up for somewhere. Nice and straight. You can use dyed hair as well if you want to change it. Perhaps maybe a sort of dyed yellow would be good for the large dark olives. Change this pattern to suit that. Something like that, okay, or a dark green or something. Okay, so take a bunch of hair. You get to know with practice how much you need. Okay, so cut that right down at the skin, and then you need to get rid of all this rubbish. Okay, so over your bin, and that should get rid of all the sort of broken ends and underfur. Now this is pretty decent. There's a few longer fibres there. So what you can do is you can put them into your hair stacker and stack them so it tips in first. Get a few bangs in your desk, and that should line up the ends. Okay, so take them out. That's your ends all lined up, and reverse your grip. You're going to tie this over the eye. Okay, so get your bundle ready. Length of the hook is probably the length of your wing. Keep that in a nice tight bunch. Keep it to the side. So what you want to do is do a couple of soft wraps, loose turns over the hair, and then pull it down. Try to keep it on the top all the time. Okay. Now be careful with this, likes of this nano silk or gel spun or whatever, it'll cut right through it. So a few loose wraps and gently tighten, and then you're going to take this down the body, and you can start to cut and break away some of these fibres. You can actually use the thread, the gel spun, to cut into that. So we're just kind of breaking it away, or if you gear up on that and just come in with your scissors and cut it at an angle. Tidy up the butt ends. There's a rogue in there, there's always one. Cut that away. Okay, so tie that down nice and tight. Now the tail, I'm going to use Coq Leon. So you're looking for a bunch of fibres from that. Now this is a big spring fly. We generally fish it in the big runs and stuff, so I wouldn't be too worried about picking out half a dozen, 3 or 4 fibres. Just get a good bunch. Length of the tail, length of the body. Tie it on the side, and as you tie it down, the thread will carry it onto the top. Okay. Take a turn underneath on the bare hook. Pull it in tight, and that'll set the tail up and splay it. Cut away your waste. Now the rib, you could use anything really that suits. I like to use this Glow Bright floss, and what I do is it's prone to fray, so what you can do is just wax it. So pull it through your wax a couple of times, and that just makes it more manageable, and it helps to actually stick it a wee bit. So tie in your rib, cut away your excess. For the body, you're looking for like a kind of hare's ear type dubbing, whatever suits. I use this stuff a lot, this is great. Okay, you could use CDC, so there's a kind of lighter CDC there, CDC dubbing, be quite good, whatever, takes your fancy. So, dub your thread with a nice thin spindle of your chosen dubbing. Take that forward up the body and it'll build in a natural taper anyway as it goes over the butts of the hare's ear, the wing. Okay, so take that to there. Then take your rib and just quickly rib it through the fur. Tie that in. Okay. Take that forward, catch that in under the wing. Cut your excess. Now, your wing sits there, just slightly going forward, that's okay. So what you want to do now is get a wee bit more dubbing, very lightly. Put some more dubbing onto your thread. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it through the wing. So bring your thread to the back of the wing and then pull the wing apart into about a third. So pull a third to the fibres back, put a turn of dubbing in there, bring another third or so back, turn of dubbing in there, bring the last third back and pack some dubbing in here. Okay, now you probably need a wee bit more. So what I'm actually going to do is almost build up a wee kind of front thorax, kind of head type as well at the front here. So just put some dubbing in there, bring your thread to the front and then just simply whip finish. Now the nano silk, the gel spun silks are all quite slippery, so make sure you stick them down with something. So varnish, UV resin, whatever you've got to hand. So whip finish tool is somewhere on my desk and I can't see it. Okay, so whip finish tool, 4 or 5 turns, tighten that in. Okay, with the gel spun you can do it twice, it's virtually no build up with the thread, it just secures it nice and tight. So take your scalpel or your scissors, cut that away, trim up any fibres that are going forward and then anything that's kind of underneath. Okay, so a wee primp up. Now what you can do is just pull some of that fur through into the wing. Some of the fur that you actually put through the wing and in the sort of front of the fly, just pull it into the wing. Okay, so tidy up any wee straggly bits you don't like to look at. And that is March Brown, Brook Dun, False March Brown, comparadun, good spring fly. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that.